Hey guys, welcome back to Loft Sports. It's Tyler doing kind of a separate video here. This is strictly about the trilogy of Ian Book. Book announced a few days ago that he's coming back for his senior season and he will return to Notre Dame, and barring some crazy unforeseen circumstances in spring practice, he will more than likely be Notre Dame's quarterback for the 2020 season. I got some mixed feelings about this. I like Ian Book. He's a good kid. He's a gamer. But at the end of the day, he is what he is. He's a 3-star quarterback, and he has not developed, at least yet, into a 4 or 5-star quarterback. He's a game manager that when the talent around him is above average, he can win some football games. But we've also seen he can lose some football games too, i.e. the Michigan game this past season. Didn't play very well. Didn't play great against Virginia Tech. In all reality, we probably should have lost that game, although he did lead a game-winning drive at the end to kind of save the day. So, in a nutshell, I don't love it. I don't hate it. He kind of feels like a glorified game manager, but before Tua got to Alabama, they didn't exactly have great quarterback play either. Now, you look at the 4 teams in the playoff this year, what do they all have in common? They have an elite quarterback for the collegiate level. They have a guy that can scramble. I did not know Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence were as fast as they are, but they run away from some of these elite teams' defensive players. I'm not saying you have to have Lamar Jackson back there, but you got to have a guy that can move. Ian Book does provide that. He's got some wheels, and he does take off when it's not there. But from the passing standpoint, I'm a little bit concerned. His arm strength isn't great, and his decision-making and his ability to read the field are really what suffer most. When he gets rattled, it kind of just unravels quickly, and he gets happy feet in the pocket. We saw a couple games this year. He never really looked comfortable in the Georgia game. He absolutely was never comfortable in the Michigan game. So I'm a little bit worried about when we do play elite defenses, which if you haven't looked at our schedule, we're going to this next year. I'm a little bit concerned about that. The good news is we've got some big-time recruits coming in. I think the signing day last week, we finished 15th on Rivals. That's not a terrible recruiting class. Yeah, I'd like to be closer to the top 10, but in the end, to be able to get top 20 recruiting classes, you can still have a top 15 and then get a couple top 10s. We've recruited well under Kelly. That's one thing that Coach Kelly has done well at Notre Dame, is he's proven that he can still get elite talent to South Bend. Now, maybe you're not getting it in the numbers that they're getting it in Tuscaloosa or Clemson or Columbus, Ohio, but he's getting enough of it there where we can be a top 15 program and show signs at a playoff run like we did in 2018. I like Book. I think it's nice to have a quarterback coming back for a third year. He's a smart quarterback. He has the intellect to play the position. It's not an easy position to play. I'm a little bit torn on the Tommy Rees deal as well. Tommy Rees is probably going to be the offensive coordinator next year. He called a pretty good game against Iowa State. I like seeing a little more running the football under center. I'm not saying we have to go 1995 Nebraska and line up in the power I all the time, but I would like to see more under center, especially down around the goal line. It drives me crazy. I watch it even in the NFL now. Teams are down at the 1-yard line. You hand the ball off to the running back out of the shotgun, and he's hitting the backfield, and you lose 3 or 4 yards. Get up, line up under center, and push somebody off the ball. I think we're going to see more of that next year with Tommy Rees calling plays, and we've got some pretty good dudes coming in. We've got a receiver coming in out of the St. Louis area. He's a 5-star. We've got a running back coming in. He's supposed to be the real deal. I think this last year, without Dexter Williams, we lacked that home run hitter in the backfield, and I think that's why Book's play dropped off, is he wasn't able to rely on the running game as much this last year. Jafar and Tony, they do some good things, but at the end of the day, they didn't have that breakaway speed. Teams weren't really scared of us. At least good teams weren't really scared of us running the football. I think we got to get back to that in 2020. A little bit of a way too early preview here. Our season is brutal next year. We play Wisconsin at Lambeau, which is a virtual road game. We play Clemson in November. It is a home game. Of course, we have the year-end trip to Southern Cal. That's going to probably be a tough game. And then we've got our normal games against Navy, who we open with in Ireland. And then we got Stanford. It's a pretty daunting schedule next year. We got a lot of teams on there that played in some bowl games, won double-digit games. We don't play Michigan next year, or Michigan State, some teams we normally play. So a couple new faces on there. We play Arkansas, kind of random, but I'm excited for next season. So I'm looking forward to it. It is nice to have a quarterback coming back that is experienced and has won a lot of games at Notre Dame. This guy went 12-0 in 2018 before the Clemson game, and he won 11 games for us this year. So most times when you have a quarterback coming back with a starting record of 28-4 or whatever it is, because I think he didn't start the LSU game, but he did basically win it for us after Wimbush went out. So you feel good about it, but at the same time, it's just Book has had his moments where I'm leery at times. So we'll see what we can put around him, see if he can develop a little more, gain a little more, learn more about the position in the spring, and I'm looking forward to spring football already. I can't wait. Thank you guys so much. This is Tyler with Loft Sports signing off. Go Irish.